Hi there, Kickstarter campaigners. This is Craig Rindy from Backer Hacks, and I'm going to show you the best way to create your own contact list so you can start getting the word out and ultimately have a successful project. So the first thing you need to do is go to Kickstarter and find 5 to 10 successfully funded games that are similar to your project. So if you're creating a PC game, you should find 5 to 10 successfully funded PC games. If you're working on a mobile game, then find 5 to 10 mobile games. So you can get even more specific with this if you want. If you're working on like an RTS game or a platformer, you can look for those type of games and really narrow it down. But one thing you should consider is the more niche you go, the more niche the blogs and contacts are going to be. And so they're not going to have as many readers. So I find it better to start searching just by what platform you're working with, and that seems to be a good way to start. So once you have your list, you can start finding these blogs, Twitter accounts, forums, all the places that you're going to contact and get the word out about your campaign. Okay, so once you have your list of games, we can start searching for the blogs, the Twitter accounts, the forums that we're going to contact and post in. And so I'm going to use Pack-a-Pets as an example. Pack-a-Pets did extremely well. It raised $21,000, and it's a free-to-play mobile game. And if you grew up in the 80s and the early 90s, like I did, there was a time where the Tamagotchis were really popular, these virtual pets. And so Pack-a-Pets is kind of an update for the mobile platform of the Tamagotchis. So it's a free-to-play game, and they did really well. It's really hard to convince people to spend money on free-to-play games because it is free. So you're convincing them to spend on like sacks of gems and in-game items, which is hard to do when the game isn't even out yet. Okay, so to get the contacts, we grab the name of the game, Pack-a-Pets, go to Google, type in Pack-a-Pets, and then Kickstarter. And the reason we add Kickstarter is because we want to filter results and only show things that are affiliated with Kickstarter, because a lot of times successful games, close to their launch and after their launch, they'll get a lot of blog coverage, and a lot of blogs won't post about Kickstarter campaigns. So we want to filter those results out. So adding Kickstarter makes it so we're only looking at results that we want. And you can see here, this is their Kickstarter page, which is first, but then BitPulse, we can go there and we can see that this is a blog that posted about Pack-a-Pets. So this is a place that we could potentially get some coverage. So Pack-a-Pets, looking back at what makes a successful Kickstarter, so they got posted about afterwards. So what we can do is we can look and see in the blog if they post about Kickstarters during the campaign. So let's look at the headlines. Okay, so right here, mobile game Demolition Lander seeks 20K on Kickstarter. So that's definitely going on during the campaign. So they do post about it. So this is one we should contact. So we need to find their contact information. So a lot of times About Us or staff, something like that, so we can see send us an email, we can get that there. Or sometimes, actually a lot of times down in the footer, there'll be like a contact link. So you have to do a little digging to find this information, but it's definitely worth it. Okay, so let's go back to Google and see what other results there were. Okay, so iFanzine, we can click that. Okay, so this looks like another blog, so we can find their contact information and contact them about our game. And Indie Stock, Slim Gamer, another blog, a Twitter account that posts, we could start compiling Twitter accounts that we can contact. The Curse, Pocket Gamer, Free Frag, there's a lot of different things that they got posted about. So all of that can be compiled in a spreadsheet. Okay, so here's a forum that they were posted in, and here you can see how useful the forums are. So they have a small post with the logo and some pictures, and they have quite a few comments on it. So they're building up a fan base by using these forums. And if you do a lot of forums, you'll get a lot of traffic to your Kickstarter campaign. So it's important to post in as many forums as you can. So that's the simple and effective way to create your own contact list. And if you do this with 5 to 10 games, you're going to have a pretty large list. But as you can see, this is pretty time consuming to do, and it took me about a week to perfect my own list. So if you've already launched your Kickstarter campaign, you probably don't have a lot of time to spend compiling your own list. And I do offer my list, and my list contains 84 blogs, 100 Twitter accounts, and 67 forums that you can purchase. And it contains all types of games. So whatever gaming project you're working on, there's plenty of contacts for you to contact in that list. And in my experience, bloggers will take about 1 to 3 days to get back to you, and some will take a week. So the sooner you get started, the better. And that's it, and good luck with your campaign.